Ladies and gentlemen, it's a privilege to address you today. I'm here to discuss one of the most significant perils we encounter in life, the risk of settling into our comfort zones. Life presents us with two paths, the path of greatness, or the path of mediocrity. The path of greatness demands hard work, dedication, and a constant drive to improve and become the best version of ourselves. Conversely, the path of mediocrity is far easier. It's comfortable, safe, and requires minimal effort. But make no mistake, my friends, the path of mediocrity is treacherous. When we settle for mediocrity, we sell ourselves short. We fail to live up to our full potential, neglecting the talents and abilities we've been blessed with. Moreover, settling for mediocrity means we're not fulfilling our responsibility to make a positive impact in the world. Each of us possesses unique gifts and talents, and it's our duty to utilize them for the greater good. Settling for mediocrity means shirking this responsibility, failing to make a difference, and leaving behind a legacy we can't be proud of. Settling for mediocrity not only robs us of our potential and purpose, but also leads to a life of regret. Picture yourself years from now, reflecting on your life. Will you be proud of the person you've become? Will you be satisfied with your accomplishments? Or will you harbor regrets for opportunities missed and risks avoided due to settling for mediocrity? We only have one life to live, and we cannot afford to waste it by settling for mediocrity. We must strive for greatness in every aspect of our lives, our careers, relationships, health, and personal development. This requires the courage to step out of our comfort zones, take risks, and push ourselves to excel. I understand that the path of greatness is daunting. It requires hard work, dedication, and perseverance. But let me assure you, the rewards are worth it. When we strive for greatness, we grow as individuals. We become stronger, more resilient, and more confident. Our actions and achievements inspire others to pursue greatness themselves, creating a ripple effect of positive change. So, how do we avoid settling for mediocrity? The first step is to have a clear vision of what we want to achieve in life. We must set goals, define our purpose, and chart a path to success. Without a clear vision, we risk getting lost in the distractions and temptations of mediocrity. The second step is to surround ourselves with people who push us to be better. As the saying goes, we are the average of the 5 people we spend the most time with. If we surround ourselves with people who settle for mediocrity, we'll inevitably follow suit. But if we surround ourselves with those who strive for greatness, we'll be inspired and motivated to do the same. The third step is to constantly challenge ourselves. We mustn't be afraid to step out of our comfort zones and try new things. We must be open to learning and growing, even if it means making mistakes along the way. As Henry Ford once said, failure is simply the opportunity to begin again, this time more intelligently. Finally, we must adopt a mindset of continuous improvement. We must never be satisfied with where we are. We must always strive to be better today than we were yesterday. This mindset will keep us on the path of greatness and prevent us from settling for mediocrity. In a world that values comfort and security, it's tempting to play it safe and avoid taking risks. But this mindset will only lead to mediocrity. If we truly want to achieve greatness, we must be willing to take risks. Not reckless and impulsive risks, but calculated risks that have the potential to bring about positive change in our lives. I'll share a personal story to illustrate this point. When I was in my early 20s, I worked as a stock clerk in a small store. While I was content with my job, deep down, I knew I wanted more. I wanted to be successful and make a difference in the world. So, I took a risk. I quit my job and started my own business. It was a scary decision, but it was also the best decision I ever made. That business eventually grew into a multi-million-dollar enterprise and changed my life forever. If I had played it safe and stayed in my comfortable job, I would have never achieved the level of success and fulfillment that I have today. Taking that risk was the catalyst for my personal growth and development. It taught me valuable lessons, pushed me out of my comfort zone, and ultimately led me to where I am today. I understand that taking risks can be frightening. It means facing the possibility of failure, rejection, or disappointment. But ask yourself, what's scarier, taking a risk or living a life of regret? Regret is a heavy burden to carry, the result of not taking action and not taking risks. So, how can we overcome the fear of taking risks? The first step is to change our mindset. Instead of seeing risks as something to be avoided, we must see them as opportunities for growth and success. Every risk we take, regardless of the outcome, teaches us something valuable. The second step is to be prepared. Taking risks doesn't mean being reckless. It means doing your research, having a plan, and being willing to adapt if things don't go as expected. The third step is to surround yourself with the right people. Surround yourself with successful and like-minded individuals who will support and encourage you to take risks. And finally, remember that taking risks is a continuous process. As we grow and evolve, so do our goals and dreams, and with that comes the need to take new risks. We must be willing to constantly challenge ourselves and step out of our comfort zones if we want to continue growing and achieving our full potential. Fear and self-doubt are significant obstacles on the path to success and fulfillment. They prevent us from reaching our true potential, holding us back from pursuing our dreams. But fear and self-doubt are merely illusions, constructs of our minds. I've experienced fear and self-doubt in my own life. I remember being a young man with big dreams and aspirations, held back by my own fears and doubts. But I realized that if I wanted to achieve my goals and live a life of purpose and meaning, I had to overcome them. It wasn't easy. It took a lot of hard work, determination, and perseverance. But I can say with absolute certainty that it was worth it, because on the other side of fear and self-doubt lies a world of endless possibilities and opportunities. So how can we overcome fear and self-doubt? How can we break free from their grip and live a life of courage and confidence? Well, I have a few suggestions that I believe can help you on your journey. First and foremost, we must understand that fear and self-doubt are natural reactions to the unknown. We are wired to seek safety and security, and anything that threatens that can trigger our fears and doubts. But we must also understand that fear and self-doubt are just emotions. They are not facts. They do not define who we are or what we are capable of. The next step is to identify the root cause of our fears and doubts. Often they are based on past experiences or limiting beliefs that we have picked up along the way. We must challenge these beliefs and ask ourselves, is this fear or doubt based on reality, or is it just a story I am telling myself? By questioning our thoughts, we can start to break free from their hold on us. Another powerful tool for overcoming fear and self-doubt is to surround ourselves with positive and supportive people. The company we keep has a significant impact on our mindset and outlook on life. So it is crucial to surround ourselves with people who believe in us, who encourage us, and who push us to be our best selves. As the saying goes, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. But perhaps the most important step in overcoming fear and self-doubt is to take action. You see, fear and self-doubt thrive in inaction. They paralyze us and prevent us from moving forward. But when we take action, even small steps, we start to build momentum and gain confidence. And as we continue to take action, fear and self-doubt slowly start to lose their power over us. You see, change is an inevitable part of life. It is something that we cannot escape, no matter how hard we try. But the truth is, change is not something to be feared, but rather something to be embraced. It is through change that we grow, evolve, and become the best versions of ourselves. Now I know that change can be scary. It can be uncomfortable and even painful at times. But let me tell you, the pain of staying the same is far greater than the pain of change. If we resist change, we are essentially resisting growth and progress in our lives. Think about it. If we never changed, we would still be crawling on our hands and knees as babies. We would never learn to walk, to talk, to read, to write. We would never experience the wonders of the world, the beauty of nature, the joy of love. Change is what propels us forward, what pushes us to reach our full potential. But why do so many of us resist change? Why do we cling on to the familiar, even if it no longer serves us? The answer is simple. Fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of failure, fear of discomfort. We are creatures of habit, and change disrupts our routines and comfort zones. But let me tell you, fear is nothing but false evidence appearing real. It is just an illusion that holds us back from living our best lives. In order to truly embrace change, we must first change our mindset. We must shift our perspective and see change as an opportunity for growth, rather than a threat. We must let go of the fear and trust in the process of life. As the saying goes, the only constant in life is change. So why not embrace it and make the most out of it? Now, I'm not saying that change is easy. It takes courage, determination, and a willingness to step out of our comfort zones. But let me tell you, the rewards of embracing change are immeasurable. When we embrace change, we open ourselves up to new experiences, new opportunities, and new possibilities. We allow ourselves to learn, to grow, and to become the best versions of ourselves. Think about some of the most successful people in the world. They did not get to where they are by staying stagnant and resisting change. They embraced change. They adapted, and they evolved. They took risks, they failed, but they kept moving forward. They understood that change is not a setback, but a stepping stone toward success. So how do we embrace change in our own lives? The first step is to identify what needs to change. What areas of your life are you not satisfied with? What habits or patterns are holding you back? Once you have identified these areas, the next step is to take action. It is not enough to just acknowledge the need for change. We must actively pursue it. And I know change can be overwhelming. It can feel like we have to completely transform our lives overnight. But that is not the case. Change is a process, and it starts with small, consistent steps. Just like a caterpillar transforms into a butterfly, change happens gradually. So start with one small step, and then another, and another. Before you know it, you will have made significant progress towards your desired change. Another important aspect of embracing change is to surround yourself with positivity and support. Find a mentor or a friend who has successfully embraced change, and seek their guidance. Surround yourself with people who uplift and encourage you, rather than bring you down. And most importantly, be kind and patient with yourself. Change takes time, and it is okay to stumble and make mistakes along the way. The important thing is to keep moving forward. We live in a society that is constantly seeking comfort and convenience. We have become accustomed to instant gratification and the path of least resistance. But I'm here to tell you that the greatest growth and success in life comes from embracing discomfort. Let me ask you this. Have you ever achieved something great by staying in your comfort zone? Have you ever accomplished your dreams by playing it safe and avoiding any form of discomfort? I highly doubt it. You see, discomfort is not something to be feared. It is something to be embraced. It is a sign that you are pushing yourself, that you are challenging yourself, and that you are growing. Without discomfort, there can be no growth. Think about it. When you go to the gym and lift weights, you are intentionally putting your body through discomfort. But it is through that discomfort that your muscles grow and become stronger. The same principle applies to life. When you face discomfort, you are strengthening your character, your mindset, and your ability to handle challenges. One of my favorite quotes is by the great Greek philosopher Socrates, who said, "No man has the right to be an amateur in the matter of physical training. It is a shame for a man to grow old without seeing the beauty and strength of which his body is capable." I believe this applies not only to physical training, but also to personal development. We must train ourselves to embrace discomfort, and see it as a necessary part of our growth. We must not shy away from it, but rather lean into it and use it as a tool to propel us towards our goals and dreams. Now I know what some of you may be thinking. But Jim, discomfort is uncomfortable. Why would I willingly put myself through that? And my answer to that is simple. Because the rewards on the other side of discomfort are far greater than the temporary discomfort itself. Let me share with you a personal story. When I was just starting out in my career, I was working as a salesman for a small company. I was comfortable, making a decent salary, and living a relatively easy life. But I knew deep down that I was capable of more. I had big dreams and aspirations, but I was too afraid to step out of my comfort zone. It wasn't until I attended a personal development seminar that everything changed for me. The speaker challenged us to step out of our comfort zones and do something that scared us. And that's exactly what I did. I quit my job and started my own business. It was one of the scariest and most uncomfortable decisions I've ever made. But it was also one of the best. That decision led me down a path of growth, success, and fulfillment that I never could have imagined. And it all started with embracing discomfort. Now, I'm not saying that you should quit your job and start your own business. But what I am saying is that you must be willing to step out of your comfort zone if you want to achieve your dreams. You must be willing to face discomfort and use it as a tool to propel you towards your goals. The truth is, discomfort is a necessary ingredient for success. It is the fuel that drives us towards our dreams and helps us reach our full potential. Without it, we would become stagnant and complacent. I often hear people say that they want to be successful, but they don't want to go through the discomfort that comes with it. But the reality is, success and discomfort go hand in hand. You cannot have one without the other. So my challenge to you today is to embrace discomfort. Seek it out, welcome it, and use it to your advantage. Whether it's trying something new, taking on a new challenge, or stepping out of your comfort zone, do it with courage and determination. Because on the other side of discomfort lies growth, success, and fulfillment. In part 2 of this series, we will dive deeper into the topic of personal development and how it ties in with embracing discomfort. But for now, I want you to reflect on this speech and ask yourself, am I willing to embrace discomfort in order to achieve my dreams? Remember, discomfort is not something to be feared. It is something to be embraced. So go out there and embrace it. And I promise you, the rewards will be worth it. Thank you. I'm thrilled to share a message with you today that could potentially alter your future, beginning right now. Have you ever set a goal for yourself, poured in all your effort and hard work, only to find that the results you hoped for still elude you? You're not alone. It's a common struggle faced by many of us on our journey toward success. But fear not, because in today's message, I'll outline the 5 reasons why you might not be seeing the results you desire from your efforts to achieve your goals. And let me tell you, these reasons may surprise you. By the end of this discussion, you'll have a clear understanding of what might be holding you back and how to turn things around. So, if you're feeling frustrated, discouraged, or just plain stuck, then this message is for you. It's time to take control of your goals and start seeing the results you deserve. So, sit back, relax, and get ready to learn the 5 reasons why you're not seeing results from your efforts to achieve your goals. Let's dive in. Let's begin with reason number 5. Let me ask you this. How many of you have set goals for yourself, whether in your career, relationships, health, or personal growth? I'm sure most of you have your hands raised, and that's fantastic. Setting goals is the initial step toward achieving success and living a fulfilling life. But here's the thing, my friends. Setting goals is not enough. You need to take consistent action towards those goals to see results. And that's where most people struggle. They set their goals, put in some effort initially, but when they don't see immediate results, they give up. They start doubting themselves and their abilities, and eventually, they abandon their goals altogether. So, why does this happen? Why do so many people fail to achieve their goals? The answer lies in unrealistic expectations. We live in a society where we want everything instantly: fast food, fast internet, and fast results. But the truth is, success takes time and effort. There are no shortcuts to success. We see successful people, and we want to be like them. But what we don't see is the years of hard work, dedication, and perseverance that they've put in to get where they are. We want to achieve our goals overnight, without putting in the necessary time and effort. And when we don't see immediate results, we get discouraged and give up. But my friends, let me tell you this. Success is not a destination. It is a journey. And every journey takes time. It takes time to build a successful career, a strong and loving relationship, optimal health, and personal development. We need to have realistic expectations when it comes to our goals. We need to understand that success is not a straight line. There will be ups and downs, setbacks and challenges. But it is how we handle those obstacles that will determine our success. We also need to understand that success looks different for everyone. Your definition of success may be different from mine, and that's okay. We all have our own unique paths and journeys. What matters is that we are making progress toward our goals, no matter how small it may seem. Another reason why you might not be seeing results is because you're not willing to put in the necessary effort. We live in a world of instant gratification, where we want everything to come easy. But the truth is, anything worth having requires hard work and determination. You cannot expect to achieve your goals by putting in half-hearted effort. You need to be fully committed and willing to do whatever it takes to make your dreams a reality. As the saying goes, the only place where success comes before work is in the dictionary. We also need to be mindful of our thoughts and beliefs. Our thoughts have a powerful impact on our actions and ultimately our results. If you have a negative mindset and constantly doubt yourself, you will not see the results you desire. You need to believe in yourself and your abilities. You need to have a positive mindset and trust in the process. Lastly, we need to be patient. Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither will your goals be achieved overnight. We need to trust in the process and be patient with ourselves. Success takes time, and it is important to enjoy the journey and celebrate our small wins along the way. Now let's move on to reason number 4. Setting goals and working towards them is a crucial aspect of personal development. It is what drives us to become better versions of ourselves and achieve our dreams. But what good is it to have goals if we are not tracking our progress towards them? How can we know if we are making any headway, or if we are simply spinning our wheels? Let me give you an example. Imagine you are planning a road trip from New York to Los Angeles. You have a map, GPS, and a full tank of gas. But here's the catch. You have no idea how far you've traveled or how much further you have to go. How confident would you be about reaching your destination? Not very, right? The same principle applies to our goals. We may have a clear idea of where we want to go, but without tracking our progress, we are simply wandering aimlessly. So why do so many of us fail to track our progress? One reason could be that we are afraid of facing the truth. It is much easier to ignore our lack of progress than to confront it. We may feel discouraged or disappointed if we see that we are not making as much progress as we had hoped. But here's the thing. Progress, no matter how small, is still progress. And it is only by acknowledging where we are that we can make the necessary changes to get to where we want to be. Another reason for not tracking progress is that we may not know how to do it effectively. We may set vague or unrealistic goals, making it difficult to measure our progress. For example, saying I want to be healthier is a great goal, but how do we measure it? Instead, we can set specific and measurable goals, such as, I want to lose 10 lbs in 3 months, or, I want to run a 5K in 6 months. This not only gives us a clear target to aim for, but also allows us to track our progress along the way. Some of you may be thinking, but Jim, I don't have the time to track my progress, I'm too busy working towards my goals. And to that, I say tracking progress doesn't have to be a time-consuming task. It can be as simple as jotting down a few notes each day or week about what you have accomplished towards your goal. You can also use tools such as apps or spreadsheets to help you track your progress. The key is to find a method that works for you and stick to it. Not tracking progress can also lead to a lack of motivation. We may start off strong, but as time goes on and we don't see any tangible results, we may lose our drive and give up on our goals altogether. But if we are tracking our progress, we can see how far we've come and be motivated to keep going, even if we are not where we want to be yet. We can see that we are making progress, and that our efforts are not in vain. Furthermore, tracking progress allows us to identify any roadblocks or obstacles that may be hindering our progress. It gives us the opportunity to reassess our strategies and make necessary adjustments. As the saying goes, if you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got. By tracking our progress, we can see what is working and what isn't and make changes accordingly. In addition to helping us reach our goals, progress also allows us to celebrate our successes. It is important to acknowledge and celebrate our achievements, no matter how small they may seem. This not only boosts our confidence and motivation, but also reminds us of why we started on this journey in the first place. Now let's talk about reason number 3. I know that many of you have big dreams and aspirations. You have set goals for yourself, and have put in a lot of effort to achieve them. But for some reason, you're just not seeing the results you want. Well, let me tell you, my friend, you are not alone. This is a common problem that many people face, and the main reason for this is a lack of consistency. You see, consistency is the key to success in anything that you do. It is the glue that holds everything together. Without consistency, your efforts will go to waste. You may have all the talent, all the skills, and all the resources, but if you're not consistent, you will never reach your full potential. So, why is it that we struggle with consistency? Why is it so hard for us to stay on track and keep pushing towards our goals? Well, there are a few reasons for this, and I want to address them today so that you can start to see the results you desire. The first reason is that we often lack clarity. You see, when we set goals, we need to be very clear about what we want to achieve. We need to have a clear picture in our minds of what our end goal looks like. Without this clarity, it's easy to get off track and lose focus. So, if you're struggling with consistency, ask yourself, am I clear about what I want to achieve? If the answer is no, then it's time to sit down and get clear on your goals. The second reason is that we often underestimate the power of small, consistent actions. We live in a society where we want everything now. We want instant gratification. But the truth is, success doesn't happen overnight. It takes small, consistent actions every single day to achieve our goals. And this is where many people fail. They take big, massive action in the beginning, but then they burn out and lose momentum. Consistency is about taking small, consistent actions every day towards your goals. It's about showing up, even when you don't feel like it. It's about doing the work, even when it's hard. Remember, small, consistent actions lead to big results. The third reason is that we often let our emotions control us. We all have days when we don't feel motivated or inspired, but it's on those days that we need to push through and stay consistent. You see, motivation and inspiration are great, but they are not reliable. They come and go. But discipline and consistency are what will keep you going, even when you don't feel like it. So, don't let your emotions control you. Instead, focus on building discipline and consistency in your life. The fourth reason is that we often compare ourselves to others. In today's world of social media, it's easy to fall into the trap of comparing ourselves to others. We see people's highlight reels, and we start to feel like we're not doing enough. But the truth is, everyone's journey is different. We all have different starting points, different struggles, and different paths. So, instead of comparing yourself to others, focus on your own journey. Stay consistent with your own goals, and trust that your efforts will pay off in the end. The fifth reason is that we often have a fear of failure. Many of us are afraid to fail, and this fear can hold us back from being consistent. We worry about what others will think if we fail, or we worry that we're not good enough. But here's the thing. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of success. Every successful person has failed at some point in their journey. The key is to learn from your failures and keep moving forward. Don't let the fear of failure hold you back from being consistent. But let me tell you, failure is a part of the journey. It's how we learn and grow, though don't let the fear of failure stop you from being consistent. Embrace failure as a learning opportunity, and keep pushing forward. The final reason is that we often lack accountability. When we set goals for ourselves, it's easy to make excuses and let ourselves off the hook. But when we have someone holding us accountable, we are more likely to stay consistent. This could be a friend, a coach, or a mentor. Find someone who can hold you accountable and keep you on track towards your goals. Now, on to number 2. See, we all put in the effort. We work hard, we make sacrifices, but somehow we still fall short of our goals. And the reason for this is simple. We lack a proper plan. Having a goal is not enough. It is just the starting point. Without a proper plan, your goals will remain nothing but a distant dream. You need to have a roadmap, a guide that will take you from where you are to where you want to be. And that roadmap is your plan. So why is it that so many of us fail to create and execute a proper plan? The answer is simple. We are too busy trying to make things happen instead of taking the time to plan for them. We live in a fast-paced world where we want instant results, and we want them now. But the truth is, success takes time, and it requires a proper plan. Let me share with you a story about 2 men who wanted to climb a mountain. The first man, let's call him John, was in a hurry. He wanted to reach the top as quickly as possible, so he started climbing without a plan. He took the steepest and most challenging route, and he pushed himself to the limit. But as he reached the halfway point, he realized that he was exhausted, and he had no idea where to go next. He had to turn back and start all over again. The second man, let's call him Tom, took a different approach. He spent weeks studying the mountain, analyzing different routes, and creating a detailed plan. He knew exactly where to go, what equipment to bring, and how much time it would take. And because of his proper plan, he reached the top of the mountain with ease and achieved his goal. Now let me ask you, who do you think was more successful, John or Tom? I am sure you all agree that it was Tom, and the reason for his success was his proper plan. So my friends, if you want to see results from your efforts to hit your goals, you need to have a proper plan. And I am not talking about a vague idea or a rough outline. I am talking about a detailed step-by-step plan that will guide you towards your goal. Now you might be thinking, but Jim, I don't have the time to create a proper plan. I am too busy with work, family, and other responsibilities. And my response to that is, you don't have time not to have a proper plan. You see, time is the most valuable asset we have, and if we don't use it wisely, it will slip away from us. We need to make time for the things that truly matter in our lives, and creating a proper plan for our goals is one of them. It may take some time and effort, but trust me, it will be worth it in the end. Now let me share with you some tips on how to create a proper plan for your goals. First and foremost, you need to be crystal clear about your goal. What exactly do you want to achieve? Be specific and write it down. The more specific you are, the easier it will be to create a plan. Next, break down your goal into smaller, manageable tasks. This will make your goal less overwhelming and more achievable. Set deadlines for each task and hold yourself accountable. Now this is crucial. Be realistic. Don't set yourself up for failure by setting unrealistic goals and deadlines. Be honest with yourself about what you can accomplish in a given time frame. Another important aspect of a proper plan is to have a backup plan. Life is unpredictable, and things may not always go as planned. So it is essential to have a backup plan in case things don't work out the way you anticipated. And finally, don't be afraid to seek help. You don't have to do everything on your own. Surround yourself with people who have expertise in the areas you need help with. Seek advice, guidance, and support from those who have already achieved what you are trying to achieve. My friends, having a proper plan is the key to success. It will give you direction, keep you focused, and help you stay on track. Remember, a goal without a plan is just a wish. Now, to the one you've been waiting for. So, what is the number one reason we fail to see results despite the effort we put in to achieve our goals? We all have goals and dreams that we want to achieve, whether it's losing weight, starting a business, or improving our relationships. We set these goals with the best of intentions. We put in the effort, we make the sacrifices, and yet we don't see the results we desire. And this can be incredibly discouraging. We start to doubt ourselves, our abilities, and our goals. We wonder if it's even worth it to keep trying. But I'm here to tell you that it is worth it. And the reason why you're not seeing results is not that you lack effort or determination. It's because you're not addressing the underlying issues that are holding you back. You see, we all have underlying issues that affect our ability to achieve our goals. These issues can be internal or external, but they all have one thing in common. They are roadblocks that prevent us from reaching our full potential. And until we address these issues, we will continue to struggle and fall short of our goals. So, what are these underlying issues? They can vary from person to person, but there are a few common ones that I have seen time and time again in my years of working with individuals on their personal development. Firstly, fear. Fear is a powerful emotion that can paralyze us and prevent us from taking action towards our goals. We fear failure, rejection, and even success. We let fear hold us back from taking risks and stepping out of our comfort zone. But here's the thing. Fear is just an illusion. It's a creation of our minds, and it only has power over us if we let it. So if you want to see results, you must face your fears head on. Embrace them, acknowledge them, and then push through them. Secondly, limiting beliefs. Many of us have beliefs that hold us back from reaching our full potential. These beliefs can be instilled in us from a young age by our parents, teachers, or society. They can also be a result of past failures or disappointments. These beliefs can be things like, I'm not smart enough, I'm not worthy, or I'm not capable. But here's the truth. These beliefs are not facts. They are just thoughts that we have accepted as truth. And the good news is, we have the power to change them. We must challenge these beliefs and replace them with positive, empowering ones. Thirdly, lack of clarity. Many of us set goals without truly understanding what we want or why we want it. We have a vague idea of what we want, but we haven't taken the time to define it clearly. And without clarity, it's challenging to create a plan of action and stay motivated. So if you're not seeing results, ask yourself, what do I truly want, and why do I want it? Write it down, visualize it, and then create a plan to achieve it. Lastly, lack of consistency. We live in a world of instant gratification, where we want results now. But the reality is, success takes time and consistent effort. Many of us give up too soon because we're not seeing immediate results. We get discouraged and lose motivation. But here's the truth. Success is not a one-time event. It's a series of small actions done consistently over time. So if you want to see results, you must commit to taking consistent action towards your goals, even when you don't see immediate results. Now I know that addressing these underlying issues is not easy. It takes courage, determination, and a willingness to change. But I can assure you, it is worth it. When you face your fears, challenge your limiting beliefs, gain clarity, and stay consistent, you will see results. And not just in your goals, but in all areas of your life. So my challenge to you today is this. Take a moment to reflect on your goals and ask yourself, what underlying issues am I not addressing? Identify them, and then commit to working on them. And I promise you, when you do, you will see a transformation in your life. In our next topic of personal development, we will dive deeper into these underlying issues and discuss strategies to overcome them. But for now, I want to leave you with this quote from Zig Ziglar. You were born to win, but to be a winner, you must plan to win, prepare to win, and expect to win. Thank you for your time, and I wish you all the best on your journey toward success. Remember, you have the power to overcome any obstacle and achieve your goals. Now go out there and make it happen.